Flushable wipes. We all have heard of them. We've all heard of what you shouldn't be doing with them. But today we're going to talk about what happens when you actually flush those flushable wipes down your sewer line. Before we really get into it though, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Do you use these flushable wipes? And if you do, are you taking that risk and putting them down the toilet? Or are you doing the responsible thing and throwing them in the trash? Now, sewer lines are really simple by design. It literally is going to be house, pipe, main sewer in the road. Sometimes you have a septic system, so it'll be house, pipe, septic system, but the rules are the same regardless of if you're on public or if you're on private. A sewer line typically will come, at least in our area, in 4 different styles. You have your cast iron pipe, terracotta pipe, Orangeburg, and PVC. Now, there may be a variety of other variable pipes out there, but those are the 4 most common for me. Terracotta pipe is an orange pipe that is very smooth walled. Now, how the pipes are joined together is going to be like a bell shape where the pipe just slides in. Typically, that's going to be the part of the pipe to where you're going to see some disjoints or where the pipe might be raised a little bit, lower a little bit, or even allow for root intrusion to get into the line. This type of pipe, typically, at least in our area, would be used before the 1970s. The 1970s to mid-80s was usually cast iron pipe, but terracotta pipe, if it's joined together, looks good. If there's no roots, no disjoints, it's a pretty solid pipe. Like, there are very little spots for stuff to get hung up on. But with those disjoints, if you're flushing a flushable wipe down the line, all it takes is one little spot to get caught on the roots, and then now you've got yourself a backup in your sewer. This applies to all of the different styles of piping, but with terracotta pipe, you also have to worry about those roots catching normal toilet waste. The next type of pipe is going to be cast iron piping. This pipe is going to be typically used on older homes, and most commonly you'll see it before the 1980s. Cast iron pipe is a metal pipe, and essentially it's a reddish color pipe with some texture to it, and the texture comes from the rusting of the pipe. We refer to that as pitting. Now, that pitting basically creates a bunch of texture points all along the pipe, so that way as water's flowing through, you run the risk of debris getting hung up on those pieces of texture. This is why it's incredibly important on older style of pipes to make sure that you're not putting things like flushable wipes, feminine products, and all sorts of other plastic devices and things down your sewer line, especially when you have old cast iron piping. Over time, what will happen is that pipe will start to slowly shrink in on itself, whether it's from grease or debris, and eventually you'll end up with a clog. Cast iron pipe is also fairly brittle, so there is a chance that through the normal course of day-to-day life, it could eventually start to crack and collapse on itself, at which point now you have to replace the pipe. The other style of pipe is called Orangeburg pipe. Now, this comes from Orangeburg, New York, and it's like this black material and it's fibrous. And essentially what happens is, I refer to this more as like paper mache, it's going to be more of like wood fibers and pitch mixed together. And it basically is paper mache. So as that pipe is formed, it's nice and good to go. The moment you start putting water into it and maybe put a little bit of compressions or whatever you're doing, whether it's backfill or maybe a driveway, now you're going to start getting bubbling in the piping. Especially on the interior of the pipe, you're going to see it start to bubble and get wavy. Each of those bubbles and waves is now another potential sticking point for debris to get stuck on, meaning you're going for a clog. Orangeburg pipe, I'm not a fan of it. It's pretty much going to be on houses before the 1970s. If you have Orangeburg pipe, I would strongly recommend you consider getting it replaced with PVC. And the reason why is it doesn't take much for that Orangeburg pipe to collapse or kind of concave and create a very, very aggressive choke point to where now debris, toilet paper, human waste, etc. is not able to actually get to your main sewer line or your septic tank. If you have Orangeburg and it gets compressed, you run the risk of having several clogs and multiple clogs, meaning potentially sewage in your backyard and or basement. Finally, the last type of pipe that you're going to encounter is Schedule 40 PVC pipe. This pipe is plastic. Typically it's white in color, sometimes it's green, but usually this pipe is the most reliable out of all of them. It's smooth walled, and you're not really going to run into any problems unless it's a bad installation. Usually what we see is if you're not deburring the pipe, so like the little stringy bits once you cut it, or if you're not putting the correct pitch and you have water standing in the pipe, you're going to run into some problems. But this brings us back to the flushable wipe situation. Flushable wipes are very stretchy. They're a fiber, they're basically a towel that's wet, right? That's how it works. When you flush it down the sewer line, it's going to work its way to the main line in the road. And every turn it takes is a potential clogging point for that flushable wipe to get stuck on. With all of these pipes, typically with terracotta lines, for example, where the flushable wipe's going to get stuck is going to be on the disjoints between each of the sections of pipe. With cast iron pipe, you're typically going to see the flushable wipe just literally get stuck anywhere. It doesn't take much because that pipe has texture throughout. You run the risk of that pipe catching stuff. It could be 10 foot from the clean out, could be 100 foot from the clean out. It could be somewhere in between, could be a bend, it could be a drop, it could be a straight line pipe, no bellies, nothing else going on, and it could still get stuck. With Orangeburg pipe, most commonly you're going to find that debris gets stuck or the flushable wipes get stuck on the bevels. With Orangeburg pipe, you're most commonly going to see those flushable wipes get stuck on the bubbles in the pipe. Again, there are little dips and humps in the pipe, and sometimes that Orangeburg pipe will start to flake away. So that's an additional spot where that debris can get stuck and then cause ultimately a clog in your sewer line. It does not take much for stuff to cause Orangeburg to start flaking and to start bubbling. So again, it's one of the worst pipes. If you got it, get rid of it. PVC pipe, most commonly where you're going to run into the issues with the flushable wipes is bellies in the line. So the belly means when the pipe is lost the correct pitch. It's when the pipe is sitting basically in the wrong direction and water is accumulating in the pipe. A belly can also occur if there's damage to the pipe, maybe you crushed it a little bit, something to that effect, but almost always it's when the pipe has lost a little bit of its pitch based off of settling or just the way that they installed it, or maybe they didn't install it correctly to begin with. The belly is a point of friction. So like with cast iron pipe, as you flush your toilet, that water plus the stuff, so the flushable wipe in this circumstance, is going to work its way through the sewer to the main in the road. The belly is a friction point to where it'll slow you down. Think about when you go onto a water slide at an amusement park. The water slide at an amusement park, you start high, you got water in the pipe, you're flying down the slide, and then at the end you have that trough, that real long trough that's full of water. The same concept happens inside of a pipe with a belly in it. The longer that belly, the deeper that belly, the more potential you have for stuff getting caught. So like for example, if you have a foot or two of maybe 1/8 of an inch of water, that's not really enough to cause a problem. But if you have 15 foot of 1 inch of water, that's a lot more water and a lot more potential friction to cause everything to kind of stop moving and get stuck in the pipe. This is why if you see a sewer line with a belly in it, a lot of times just jetting it is not going to fix it. You're usually going to have to re-level the pipe or replace the pipe outright. As always, and we've talked about this plenty of times before on this channel, when you have your sewer line, you basically want to make sure you take care of it. So what that means is common sense. Don't flush stuff down the toilet or down the sink that does not belong going down either of the two. So human waste and toilet paper, that's it. No feminine products, no flushable wipes, that's the reason we're talking about this. And don't put grease or anything that's not you stuff going down there, right? If it's not coming out of you, if it's not toilet paper, it does not go down the drain. Flushable wipes can and do cause a lot of problems. I'm sure there's a product out there that says that they're biodegradable or yada, yada, yada. Don't trust them, right? Biodegradable, sure. Once it gets to the landfill with the rest of the debris, of course it'll biodegrade. But the problem is it getting from your toilet to the street without getting stuck somewhere in between. Most commonly, if you have flushable wipes, they're gonna get stuck somewhere in between. You might get lucky. I'm sure there's plenty of you down there in the comments that are telling me I've never had a problem, used them for 10 years. You might be lucky, and your sewer line might work just fine, but you do cause a lot of problems for the municipal to have to deal with. They ultimately have to deal with all that stuff getting stuck in their sewer lines, which I guess in a roundabout way, we end up paying for as taxpayers. Anywho, if you found this interesting in any way, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and until next time, guys.